Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Homely Treasures Caribbean Cooking by Diana. Today we're going to be making haystacks. The definition of this is a dish composed of a starchy food topped by a protein in combination with fresh vegetables and garnished with various condiments. So that is what we're going to be making today. Feel free to pause that ingredients list so you can get everything you need before we get started. To begin making the beans, you're going to need a saucepan. The first ingredient we're going to add is our annatto seed oil or achote oil. And I will link a video below where I make this on camera as well as a sofrito. But we're going to need about a tablespoon of the oil, and we're going to need about a tablespoon of the sofrito as well. Add about 1 tablespoon of tomato paste. For more flavor, we're going to add complete seasoning, chicken bouillon, and a pinch of salt. And make sure you do not overuse this so that your beans do not come out salty. Before we add the beans, we're going to saute the tomato paste with the sofrito and the other ingredients that we have added, just to cook the tomato paste a little bit. For this, we're going to be using 2 cans of Dominican style beans. These are red beans. You can find these at your local Hispanic store or possibly a supermarket. Save one of these cans because we're going to be filling it up with water and adding it to the beans in a little bit. I do know that some people prefer to drain the beans before using them. I did not drain them, so that's why I will be using 1 can. If you prefer to drain them, you can just add a little bit more water later on. Make sure you don't overwater because you don't want them to be too liquid for your dish in a little bit, for your haystacks. What I usually do is that for every can of beans that I use, I add half a can of water. For this recipe, we used 2 cans of beans, so I added 1 can of water. If you find that your beans are too watery, you can add a little bit of mashed potatoes too, and that will thicken them up. Or you can add a little bit more tomato paste and just let it cook there so that it thickens up a little bit. And now our beans are cooked. I will turn them off right now, and we're going to be assembling our haystack. So for this, I first add the chips, and you can break them if you want. If not, you can just leave them like that. Then I add a little bit of mozzarella cheese. And while I do this, I just want to remind you to subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. I appreciate that very much. And now we're going to add the beans to melt the cheese. I decided to add pico to this recipe because I thought that it would just go well with it. I do have a video and I will link that below as well so that you can go ahead and check that recipe out. And then on top of the pico, I added spring mix that I had at home, but you can chop some lettuce and add it there if you don't have the spring mix. And then to finish it off, I added some crumbled cheese or cotija cheese, and I will link that below so you know which one it is that I used. Well, that concludes our video for today. I hope that you have enjoyed this video and this recipe. Give it a thumbs up if you did and share it with your friends so they can try it as well. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time, but for now, stay sabroso.